Hello and welcome again to Impact Code Africa. So we are still on savings, investments, and the realities in between. This is episode 7. And in episode 7, I want to take you to some of the investment options we have in Ghana. So it's a build-up, right? I've talked about saving. I've started introducing you to investment. And I'm saying that you just don't need to save. After saving, you need to invest so that what you've saved can multiply and bring you more money. But then let's look at the various options, some of the options you have in Ghana. Like I also said, you need to start simple. You don't need to rush, and you need to start small, right? You don't need millions before you start saving. But what are some of the options that we have in Ghana? So one of the very basic, simple options is treasury bills, T-bills. You know, we have the 91 days, 180 days, and all those time span. So it is a good place to start because it's low risk, it's government backed, it brings you steady returns, and it's great for beginners, right? So you can start with that. I mean, what you've saved, you can easily, get your bank or your financial institution to help you buy treasury bills with what you've saved. That's one of the very simple, basic ways to start investing your savings. Number 2, we have mutual funds. So mutual funds, it's more like pooling of different, savings, and then a professional manages the fund and invest it, for the group or for the pool. So in this case, professionals manage your money, they diversify, and then, they have more accessible entry points or where they can, invest your money. It is very accessible to individuals because, you pool money together, right? So you buy units of the mutual fund and the professionals bring it all together and invest and diversify it for you. Instead of you alone just buying treasury bills, when you put your money in a mutual fund, a professional will bring it all together. He will buy some T-bills, he will buy some shares, he will invest in other places and diversify the investment for the entire pool. The other thing, which now, we're going to more difficult and long-term investment, is land and real estate, right? So that is long term. And if you're thinking of growing your capital, your savings over a longer period of time, then that's one of the investments you can look at. So that has a long term horizon, right? You can buy land today, and if you want to get, returns on that land, you would have to wait, right? You have to wait for years for that land to appreciate, and then you can get returns from it. So land, real estate requires, more capital, but also builds lasting wealth over a longer period of time. The other option could also be a small business, right? So you can start a small business. If you have a skill, if you know something that, people would want to buy, you can start a small business, which most would call a side hustle. It's higher risk because, you're now becoming an entrepreneur. You have to provide a product, a service, a value to someone that is willing to pay for it. So you have to take more risk, right? So it's higher risk, but it has higher potential, right? You invest in what you understand. That's one of the key things about, investing in a small business. You have to invest in what you understand. If you don't understand it, don't go and invest in it. Because you may just get your fingers bent. So that's also another area, but that's a higher risk, but higher potential investment. One thing you need to understand in investment is the higher the risk, the higher the reward, right? So if you go into higher risk investments, you can lose a lot, but also you can gain a lot if it works out. So key principles you need to understand in investing in Ghana. Start with what you understand. Don't chase the hype. Don't follow trends blindly. And, at one point in time, everybody was doing space to space. I mean, in the early 2000s, and we all move. I mean, everybody is doing pure water. Everybody is doing. So when we see someone being successful in an area, we all want to follow. But don't just follow blindly. Just start with what you understand. And when one person seems to be successful, we all just follow blindly without understanding, the mechanics of that area, the mechanics of that industry. Okay, so number two, there are platforms that exist for you. There are apps, there are services that let young people invest in small amounts. All these investment banks and financial institutions, they have services that can let you invest small amounts, right? Over time, number three, diversify. So number three, diversify. Don't put everything in one place. That's another principle of investment, is diversification. And it's in that old aged principle of don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's very true and very important in investments. Over time, diversify. You would have to start from somewhere, but as you grow your portfolio, you need to diversify. And then number four, research first. Before you engage, before you put your money anywhere, try to understand, try to ask questions, understand the risks involved before committing your money. So, in closing, please hit on the subscribe button so that you get automatic notifications for all our episodes. The question I want to ask you is, are you investing, or you're just watching others build wealth? Because real wealth comes from investing. And before you can invest, you need to save. So don't watch other people invest and build wealth. You have to also invest so that you can build wealth. Thank you.